Yeti for Yama Obibiara Akwaba, aha a daily trends. Ayana with the comment section ato a year a whole amayen, not wajenche amayen. Sadway yensem and yenko and semu emu.
Less is being invested in agriculture, and it appears government is so much into this gold board thing, using gold for reserves to stabilize our currency and all. We see it as a bubble. It cannot be sustained, because if maize farmers, rice farmers in Ghana do not get fair pricing, and now import is cheaper and their rice is going waste, they are not getting market, and there's no plan by government to help create a market for them, then it's a problem. So as part of it, we are happy that you want to focus on agriculture and help in the investment in that direction. So it's a point we felt we should also emphasize, so that policy in the area of agriculture, AI-driven agriculture, technology and irrigation and incentives for them by way of grants for those youth who would want to go into commercial farming are part of the package, and government is encouraged to create that ecosystem that would in reality help people to benefit from that. I think it will help.
But more importantly, because of the principles of the World Bank, we place great value on our relationship with parliaments and the need to engage not only with government but with Parliament itself. And this is why we have put in place, along with our colleagues in the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office of the United Kingdom, a programme of funding to support capacity in 5 parliamentary committees. And we are very committed to looking at how we can maintain this relationship and also strengthen it in the years and time ahead. In terms of our relationship with the government, the parliament and the economy of Ghana, our overall mission is the role that we need to play in the creation of jobs within Ghana, in ensuring that the young people of Ghana have the opportunities for economic development and the opportunities to contribute to the growth of the country and economy of Ghana. I visited 3.
The minority on the committee expressed their opposition to the bill and its report, and indicated that clearly that the decision be by majority decision because the minority were opposed to it. Mr. Speaker, that is why when the final draft of the report was ready, the ranking member indicated to me that he did not get the opportunity to peruse it to ensure that same reflected in the final report. I am here as a leader of a group of members on the committee who are in minority, and it is the instructions that I am carrying out in this chamber.
Your position that you have stated
Mr.
that I have a problem is that
Mr. Speaker, can I make my argument?
Caucus position.
Mr. Speaker, if I have brought clarity, so let me make my argument. Mr. Presiding Officer, let me make my argument. Mr. Speaker, the minority opposition in this bill, on this bill and this report, is not a lame opposition. It is well founded on law and in fact. Mr. Speaker, first, if you read paragraph 3 of the memorandum accompanying the bill, this is what the memorandum accompanying the bill says. With your leave, I quote, globally, countries such as the United Kingdom, Canada, Singapore, Slovakia, and the United States have established statutory frameworks such as the National Audit Office of the United Kingdom, the Value for Money Audit Manual of Canada, and the United States Government Accountability Office to ensure the optimal use of public funds. The adoption by Ghana of a similar framework will align with global best practices and strengthen the public financial management architecture of the country. End quote. Mr. Speaker, if this is indeed the intention of government, then it is important that this side of the house make certain disclosures to government. One, the institutions that you have mentioned as your reference point, if you look at their governance architecture, they are not politically controlled. So the kind of alignment you are talking about does not find expression in the very bill you are bringing. So don't confuse us by telling us that yes, you want to comply with best practices globally, but in adopting it, you go on a path that would rather expose this country. Honorable Nitiwo made an elaborate submission on why this bill will rather promote corruption. Mr. Speaker, and I will take you through the clauses. First of all, Mr. Speaker, if you go to clause 4 of the bill, clause 4, Mr. Speaker, clause 4 deals with appointment, governing body of the office. The governing body of the office is a board consisting of chairperson nominated by minister. By the minister, the very thing you want to cure, the minister would have his alter ego. Who doesn't know that before a minister makes an appointment, he would first look at loyalty to him? Not only competence, loyalty. Ab initio, are you creating an independent body? That is why we are telling you that, look, you have the Public Financial Management Act, you have the PPA Act itself, and then the internal organizations that we have in public institutions allow for some level of value for audit, and where it is required that certain level of procurement are to be undertaken, external value for money institutions that are independent are relied upon. Why don't we look at this and strengthen where we think there are loopholes? You are creating another bureaucracy which is government controlled, Mr. Speaker. The next person is a representative of the Attorney General of the same government, a lawyer from the legal directorate of the ministry nominated by the minister. One expert in gender equity nominated by the minister. Mr. Speaker, then you have the Ministry of Finance, a director to be nominated again by the minister. Mr. Speaker, the net effect is that the same problem that the government wants to cure would rather become complicated. There will be no cure. The outcome will be odious. It will be odious because, Mr. Speaker, you are planting something or nothing. You are going nowhere. How can you say that you need an enactment with a whole bureaucracy, with another budget, and then the minister is controlling? Who said that the minister cannot call the chairman and tell the chairman that, look, this thing is coming, so deal with it? Mr. Speaker, it is probable, not possible, because all those in charge are controlled by the minister. Mr. Speaker, when we talk as minority, we are not just shouting or we are not just opposing. we are telling our colleagues that watch the space. We don't need this law. The Public Financial Management Act provides for certain stringent measures. It was your own law you brought in 2015, 2016. I was a young member of parliament on the finance committee, and we passed that law for you. It is there, Mr. Speaker. It is there. Why would you now come and create another bureaucracy for what the ordinary man on the street will call chop chop? Why would you create another bureaucracy that the ordinary man on the street will call yenchendi? Mr. Speaker, as political leaders, we must be careful about the impression we create out there. I am all for this reset agenda, to the extent that, oh yes, to the extent that the reset will help create a better Ghana. Mr. Speaker, we don't have a perfect system, but so far with respect, I beg to submit that you are a walking contradiction. So far, I must submit that you are a walking contradiction. You have not lived to the promises that you made. Otherwise, why would you? We have a deputy chief of staff who has a company. Then Gold Board would award 11 million sole source contract to that's a typical example of your working contradiction. It's a matter of fact. I can furnish you with a document. It has not been denied. It's not coming from me.
So note your points.
It is not coming from me. I'm giving you an example that I'm saying that these are matters in the public domain. Gold Board says it published the contract on its own website. It's not Afenyo market where you take me to privileges. This is not me. So if you are in a hurry to take me to privileges, this is not me. It's not me. Gold Board says that the contract, the 11 million contract it awarded on sole source has been published on its own website. That is fact number one, not me. Two, the owner of the company has not come to deny. He wrote publicly and said, but my party is in power. Should my business not work? Should my company not work? He himself admitted. So nobody should carry any impression that Afenyo Markin says. It is the facts. The prayers themselves are saying so. Jamie, me, Nakasanie. The Afenyo Markin, I'm a bench, I'm a care, I'm a Yeska. They themselves said so. Mr. Speaker, they said that they did the business. To which they have awarded the contract to themselves. They say everything was clean on sole source. And I'm saying that if the government is saying that it wants to cure sole source and ensure value for money, we don't need a new law. We don't need a new law. We have the PPA Act itself. In the PPA Act, when a document is submitted, PPA is required to do value for money. It's supposed to validate, verify, and do its own checks. So that in itself, a form of value for money. We government should rather strengthen PPA Act. After all, government brought an amendment to this house for the PPA law. We all supported the law. The finance minister, one of the first things he did, which I applauded him, was to do this amendment which required that there must be a pre-approval of contract procurement. I've forgotten the name he called it. Commencement authorization. Mr. Speaker, I on this floor praise the finance minister for doing that. It's not every day that we oppose our friends. On this floor, the public record will bear me out that I praise the finance minister for introducing that commitment authorization policy. Because, Mr. Speaker, I was once upon a time a road fund board chair, and I knew the challenges and how I fought hard
to save the public purse. And I thought we needed strong laws, strong policies. So, Mr. Speaker, once there is a reform, I will support it. Because as political leaders, Mr. Speaker, we don't have a positive impression out there, whether you are NDC or MPP. But let us take advantage once we are in office, whether in government or in opposition, to do proper reform. What we are seeking to do is rather to open the Pandora box. This law, if it is enacted, will rather be the right channel for corruption. This law will rather, Mr. Speaker, I know the minister means well by saying that let us model this. But, Mr. Speaker, the way it has been structured, it will not. Mr. Speaker, I've done some work. These institutions that he wants to follow their example, Mr. Speaker, these institutions do not have government appointees on them. Overseas, he should check it. The deputy minister is here. As we talk, members of parliament should just go on the internet, Google. The institutions that you are referring to in other jurisdictions, they are not government controlled. So if you want to still use a political system under Article 70 and 195, I've read the law. You are saying that the appointment of the board will be in accordance with Article 70. I've read it. Colleague, I am not just opposing you. What you are doing is wrong. You are also talking about 195 of the Constitution. Why don't we allow the existing laws to operate, strengthen them, don't open this one up? Because if you open this one up, Mr. Speaker, there will be corruption. That said, the minority will not rubber stamp this bill. We will not. If the majority will not listen to these strong views and take same on board, and rather bring amendment of existing laws, and it wants to pursue the path of chop chop, as the ordinary man will say, we, the mighty few, the 87, we wash our hands. We will not be part of this unholy act that would rather expose the states and make the state vulnerable. Carry your burden alone. Mr. Speaker, I so submit on behalf of the minority.